CEO. I hope you're having a blessed day, and we are so looking forward to, what we're going to start with is President Trump gears up for high stake Putin summit, and like, what is Trump trying to accomplish today? So we're hoping that, like he's done with so many other countries since him becoming president of the United States, that he will be able to negotiate something that he could bring Zelensky to the table and EU, and that there will be some sort of agreement, at least a ceasefire to work towards stopping the war entirely. So anyway, we're going to just go to what Trump's hoping to accomplish at Alaska summit. So what is he hoping to accomplish? Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Vladimir Putin on U.S. soil. He's expected to leave the White House at any minute. The leaders will meet at an American military base in Anchorage, Alaska. Mr. Trump says this meeting is just a starting point for future talks, which could include Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky.
I'll know within the first 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, or 5 minutes. We tend to find out whether or not we're going to have a good meeting or a bad meeting. And if it's a bad meeting, it'll end very quickly. And if it's a good meeting, we're going to end up getting peace in the pretty near future.
And this is interesting. Yesterday, hundreds of Alaskans took to the streets in Anchorage to protest today's meeting. You see people here waving the Ukrainian flag and signs that read, "Go home Putin, get lost Trump," and "Alaska stands with Ukraine." We've got team coverage on this for you this morning. Remy Inocencio is standing by in London following what world leaders are saying about this. But let's start with Torian Small on Capitol Hill. Good morning, Torian. So what are each side's position coming into these talks, and why is the White House downplaying the significance?
Yeah.
Well, Errol, the president spent the past week pretty much tempering expectations about this meeting. Like we just heard in that clip, he's pretty much previewing a sequel, saying this is an important first step, but he's really anticipating that peace deal making process to happen in a second meeting that could potentially happen with Putin and Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky. Whether or not that will become a trilateral meeting is something that he says he'll explore down the road if this happens to be successful. The problem, though, that we're seeing is that there aren't any real deliverables that the president is expecting from this, which is why we're seeing some criticism around this. But one thing that was made clear was that European leaders and Ukrainian leader Zelensky is at least hoping for the president to press Putin to agree to a ceasefire in the interim before a peace deal is on the table.
And Torian, some Ukrainian and European leaders say the summit is already a win for Putin. Why is that?
Well, it's the fact that Zelensky won't be a part of this conversation. We actually heard from former national security advisor for Trump, John Bolton, yesterday during a conversation he had with Major Garrett on CBS's The Takeout. He said that this is a win for Putin because this will not involve Ukraine's best interests if they're not a part of the conversation. Take a listen to what he had to say.
There's no Vladimir Zelensky of Ukraine. There are no pesky Europeans around. Putin has Trump for a scheduled 4 hours one-on-one to try to work his magic to restore the Donald-Vladimir friendship. And if he does, then he intends to use it to sell his peace plan and for other objectives. Putin couldn't have asked for a better set of circumstances.
Now, President Trump obviously disagrees with this. In a post to his social media site, Truth Social, he bashed what he called unfair media about him heading into this. He also called John Bolton a loser, among other things. But he said ultimately this is an important first step, which is why he's taking it. And he believes that this could be a way forward to that eventual peace deal if it were to happen, Errol.
All right, Torian, thank you very much. As we discuss European leaders.
You know what? It's just amazing, like, what's going on. This is world news. This is so important and so many people. We want to hear what Trump had to say when he was on his Air Force One. He did talk to the press. So that was just like some of the objectives. It's like, what is Trump looking to accomplish at this meeting? excluding President Zelensky. I don't know if you guys are in agreement. Do you feel as though that Zelensky should be in on the first meeting, sitting down with Vladimir Putin? Or do you think it's wiser for Trump to speak to the second world, most powerful man in the world, one-on-one, to feel the temperature of the room? So because, like a lot of people say, this is about Ukraine, he should be there. Do you think that this is something that Zelensky was ready for? Because he doesn't appear to be diplomatic to me. He doesn't appear to be able to keep, know how to, be in the room with the big dogs. It seemed like that no matter what they might say at the meeting, it seemed like that he's just going to be against everything. So I don't think they would accomplish much with him in the room. So that's just my opinion. Yeah, he's a little chihuahua. So we don't know.
What will make a success of this summit today?
I can't tell you that. I don't know. It's there's nothing set in stone. I want certain things. I want to see a ceasefire. This is not to do with Europe. Europe's not telling me what to do, but they're going to be involved in the process, obviously, as well as Zelensky. But I want to see a ceasefire rapidly. I don't know if it's going to be today, but I'm not going to be happy if it's not today. Everyone said it can't be today, but I'm just saying I want the killing to stop. I'm in this to stop the killing. We're not putting up any money. We're making money. They're buying our weapons, and we're sending them to NATO, and NATO's sending us big, beautiful checks. But I don't care about that. I care about, it was a big factor when Biden spent $350 billion and got nothing. But what I do care about is they lost last week 7,011 people were lost, almost all soldiers. 36 people in a town which got hit by a missile, but over 7,000 soldiers. It's crazy.
Could you describe a little bit, Mr. President, because I know you've had a lot of phone calls with President Putin. What's the difference in a face-to-face, in-person meeting?
Look, he's a smart guy, been doing it for a long time, but so have I. Been doing it for a long time. And here we are with President. That was much more difficult than what I'm doing today, believe me. So, we get along. There's a good respect level on both sides, and I think something's going to come of it. I noticed he's bringing a lot of business people from Russia, and that's good. I like that because they want to do business, but they're not doing business until we get the war settled. We have the hottest country on earth. We have the hottest economy on earth. We have the hottest country. We just set a new stock market record again. We have hundreds of billions of dollars flowing in from tariffs. We're the hottest country. We were a dead country, like doornails, a dead country. 1 year ago, we were dead as a doornail, and now we have the hottest country. And he wants a piece of that because his country is not hot economically. In fact, it's the opposite. And China's not doing well economically, but we're all, look, I want everybody to do well. The war's got to stop and the killing's got to stop.
Mr. President, thank you for coming back to take questions. We saw that Russia continued its violence into Ukraine last night, launching even more drones. What did you make of that?
I think they're trying to negotiate. He's trying to set a stage. I mean, in his mind, that helps him make a better deal. It actually hurts him. But in his mind, that helps him make a better deal if they can continue the killing. Maybe it's a part of the world, maybe it's just his fabric, his genes, his genetics, but he thinks that makes him, gives him strength in negotiating. I think it hurts him, but I'll be talking to him about it later.
It's on the table for discussions today, Mr. President. Are the territorial swaps on the table? Will you be discussing that?
They'll be discussed, but I've got to let Ukraine make that decision. And I think they'll make a proper decision. But I'm not here to negotiate for Ukraine. I'm here to get them at a table. And I think you have two sides. Look, Vladimir Putin wanted to take all of Ukraine. If I wasn't president, he would right now be taking all of Ukraine. But he's not going to do it.
Mr. President, what did you
Just one thing. What about the possibility of the United States providing security guarantees to Ukraine?
Along with Europe and other countries. Not in the form of NATO, because that's not going to, there are certain things that aren't going to happen. But yeah, along with Europe, there's a possibility of that.
Mr. President, mentioning the number of business people that President Putin is bringing along, is that something that you want to discuss with President Putin at this meeting?
If we make progress, I would discuss it, because that's one of the things that they would like. They'd like to get a piece of what I built in terms of the economy. Just so you know, we were a dead country with our economy. He wouldn't be interested. He wouldn't have been interested a year ago with the Biden economy. But he is interested in the Trump economy, because we're doing, wait till you see when those factories start opening up. We have hundreds of factories all over the country, and that includes auto factories, AI factories, and every other thing. They're all coming in because they want to beat the tariffs. Because if they open here, they don't have to pay tariffs. If they don't open here, they have to pay, in some cases, 200%, 300%. I haven't even set some of the tariffs yet. I'll be setting tariffs next week and the week after on steel and on, I would say, chips. Chips and semiconductors, we'll be setting sometime next week, week after.
What are you looking at? What rate?
I'm going to have a rate that is going to be lower at the beginning. Then that gives them a chance to come in and build, and very high after a certain period of time. And if they don't build here, they have to pay a very high tariff, which doesn't work, so they'll come and build.
Mr. President, hi. You had said earlier.
Is he over there? Isn't he a gentleman?
He's helping me out.
He's a very nice, he's one of the few nice ones, yes.
You had said earlier this week that Putin would face severe consequences if you get the sense from him that he's not interested. What do you mean by that?
Economically severe, yes, it will be very severe. I'm not doing this for my health, okay? I don't need it. I'd like to focus on our country, but I'm doing this to save a lot of lives. Yeah, very severe. Thank you very much, everybody.
Well, that was Trump's meeting on the plane. So he said he's not there. He's just there. He's not talking, I guess, technically for Ukraine. What he's trying to do is bring them to the table. Now, Putin, before he even, I guess, on his way to Alaska, he did make some stops. So, I don't know. Something about this is just, I don't know, it's kind of off.
Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov explained the stop, saying, "The city is important. Putin has been there many times, even when he was prime minister." The visit underscores the Kremlin's effort to balance domestic priorities with global diplomacy. From Magadan, Putin will fly to Anchorage for his much-anticipated meeting with Trump at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson. The summit is scheduled for 11:30 a.m. local time, or 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, and will focus on Ukraine, US-Russia trade, and economic cooperation. Trump's final say on land swap before departing for Alaska was,
They'll be discussed, but I've got to let Ukraine make that decision. And I think they'll make a proper decision. But I'm not here to negotiate for Ukraine. I'm here to get them at a table. And I think you have two sides. Look, Vladimir Putin wanted to take all of Ukraine. If I wasn't president, he would right now be taking all of Ukraine. But he's not going to do it.
The Russian delegation traveling to Alaska includes key figures: Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, Defense Minister Andrei Belousov, Finance Minister Anton Silvanov, and Special Envoy Kirill Dmitriev. Notably, one of the planes that has already landed in Alaska is the same model that was linked to a 2018 cocaine trafficking scandal in Argentina, though Moscow says this trip is strictly diplomatic.
Wow.
In a side development, Trump also spoke by phone with Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko, a close Putin ally, thanking him for securing a prisoner release and hinting at a future meeting. Trump wrote on Truth Social, "I had a wonderful talk with the highly respected president of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko. The purpose of the call was to thank him for the release of 16 prisoners. We are also discussing the release of 1,300 additional prisoners. Our conversation was a very good one. We discussed many topics, including President Putin's visit to Alaska." I look forward to meeting President Lukashenko in the future. Thank you for your attention to this matter. From Magadan's fishing docks to Alaska's military base, Putin's 2 Fridays journey is more than a quirky travel fact. It's a reminder of how geography, timing, and symbolism often intertwine in high-stakes diplomacy.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this is like, there's a lot going on. The world is watching. Everyone around the world is all ears about this meeting. And I hope to God that it is going to be a successful meeting, because something like the war that's going on between Ukraine and Russia could most definitely propel us into a World War III. So we want to most definitely make sure that that doesn't happen. Not in our lifetime. We are not looking for that to happen. So hopefully that there be some sort of agreement made, because Putin is the one that Trump said that requested this meeting. So I hope that's a good sign that it's something that he will work out. I don't believe that he wants to meet with Zelensky because he doesn't respect him. But he should be landing soon. This is at the airport. They have the red carpet rolled out. So we're waiting for him to come to land, and I guess to walk down the red carpet. They have the jets there. That's impressive. Hey, Indoor. Hey. This is like what's happened. This is like worldwide news, because it affects all of us. Everything that's happening in this meeting. The one thing I'm glad about President Trump, that he was able to bring him to the table. That this man, I mean, he didn't request a meeting in over 3.5 years with the EU or Zelensky. So for him to have requested a meeting with President Trump says a lot. So I just hope that it goes well, because it's going to affect all of us. They're going to speak to the media. It looks like they're setting everything up. They have the podium there. They have the steps there. So I guess they're going to go up there. You know, but they had the red carpet out there, and the 2 leaders are going to be. So this is going to be really interesting. I came on a little bit earlier because we don't want to miss any of this, because it is a historic meeting, to say the least. He knows Trump is gullible. I don't know. Do you guys feel as though that Trump is gullible, or do they really need to meet? You got to start somewhere. And this is a start. And I think this is more than what they have done in the last few years since the war started, that there was nothing being done. So really, in comparison, this says a lot. He really doesn't help at all. Where is my channel? You don't even have to speak the truth, bro. Yeah, so they're going to meet on that podium, I imagine. Imagine the reporters are there. We see that where his plane, they have the steps already there, so I'm quite sure he should be landing at any time. And if you're on the East Coast, it's like a 4-hour difference in time zone for Alaska. So there's a 4-hour time difference, like it's 2:12 here. Or say like on the East Coast, there it's like 10:12. So it's a 4-hour time difference. So they have the steps there. So I imagine they're expecting him to land at any moment. I really don't like this dude. I don't know what to do. So there's a lot to be said, a lot that's going on. But we're looking forward to it. So we're just waiting at this point for the White House. I'm quite sure that they're going to, I know I'll have a better time frame when I see the White House Because a lot of times when they go up, we know that they're just about there. But this meeting is amazing that these two world leaders are going to come together. And when you have two of the most powerful men in the world meeting, that's a big deal. Whether people want to, realize it or not, but it only takes a small country like Ukraine for a strip of land that can launch the world into a World War III. And I believe what Trump said is that Putin wasn't trying to get a strip of land. Putin wanted to take over all of Ukraine. I think that we all can agree upon that. He was not trying to just get a strip of land from Ukraine. He was going to take over it all. But if Trump didn't come into office, I believe that probably he would have been successful, because the EU wasn't together, Ukraine didn't have it together, nobody was working together, nobody was meeting, nobody was trying to end the war, nothing was being done. So I think that might have been right, that Putin's objective was to take over the Ukraine, the entire Ukraine, and not just a strip of land. He wanted more than that. He didn't go into this war just to get a little bit of the land. And he knows he's more powerful. They're the second most powerful country in the world. So I'm quite sure that he probably felt that he could take it all. Because he's not that type of leader that just wants a little bit, or that he wants to dominate. He wanted to crush Ukraine. And it didn't happen because they had support of the United States of America, and that we were supplying them weapons and money, taxpayer money. They said it's $350 billion. We have over 240,000 Ukrainians that fled Ukraine. They're living here in the United States, and they came here homeless, and we've been taking care of them as well, and receiving all of our American benefits. So we have done a lot for Ukraine, and Trump was upset about it, that why are we doing more, and the people from the EU and all of them, why aren't they supplying more money to the United States of America? He's like, well, we have an ocean between us. They're right there. And why are we doing so much more than everyone else? So he brought that to the forefront. And I guess he had a point. Why weren't they doing more? And no one was setting up a meeting. So I'm not mad at Trump for setting up this meeting, because nobody else did anything. Nobody else from the previous administration, nobody from the EU, no one set up any type of meeting. Nobody reached out to Putin. There were no phone calls. There were no text messages. there was nothing. They were just fighting it out, so this is a start. So we're waiting for his arrival, and that's going to be interesting that Putin's going to be on U.S. soil in Alaska. And this meeting is going to be conducted here in the United States of America. They said, which Alaska used to be owned by Russia, that we legally purchased from Russia, so is now the part of the United States of America, which is great for us. So this is a lot, but they're setting up. I see the military is out there. Look like the soldiers. Everyone is setting up for his plane to land. So this meeting is supposed to take place at 3:30. So it looked like they're setting up to talk to some reporters prior. I don't know. They have steps there. So they have the red carpet. So it looks like that they are trying to set up maybe to talk to the news reporters prior to them actually having a meeting. To my understanding, they're going to have lunch, and then they're going to meet, and they're supposed to have this 4-hour meeting, to my understanding. And Speak the Truth 2.0, we will be live to, we're going to be live, because we want to know what was accomplished and what happened. That's probably Putin's plane, or it might be President Trump's plane. Can't tell from the distance. It looks like it might be our plane. So we want to find out the outcome. Was Trump able to negotiate some sort of ceasefire that he can take back to the Ukrainian leader, the President Zalinsky, and to the EU? So we're going to know after this meeting, what were they able to accomplish? So Trump said he's not doing this for his health. He's not just doing this. So hopefully there'll be some sort of positive outcome. If not, they're going to continue to fight. They're going to continue to battle it out. The United States is strapped for cash, so we don't really have any more money that I guess that we can provide to them. And it's an endless war. Now they're even asking people 60 and older to participate in the war. So that means they're running out of bodies. So I don't know if they're going to send the women in next. So something has to be done. It looks like our plane because I see the flag. So that's Trump's plane. Look like Trump plane is about to land. So that's us. So next, I guess coming in is going to be President Putin's, his plane. So I guess they kind of timed it for both of their planes to reach Alaska, I guess around the same time. And Putin did make a stopover. So I already showed that a little bit earlier. But this is really a big deal because it sets the stage for the rest of the world how this meeting turns out. If Trump cannot negotiate and talk Putin into making some sort of concessions or at least coming to agreement, something that he feels as though that's reasonable, that Ukrainians and will accept, then they're going to be right back where they started. I believe that Russia is going to invade more of the land. If they don't come to an agreement, what they have now, I think that they could possibly lose more land. They could possibly lose more lives. Like Trump said, it was over 7,000 soldiers and maybe some civilians that were killed last week. So the people are dying. And what are they dying for? You're dying for land, but you're going to wind up with no people, no young men. You know, you're going to be a country with just women and older men, pretty much, the rate that they're going. They're eliminating a whole generation of young men. So if they continue this way, you're going to lose more land, but you're losing lives in the process. So I don't know. The people are there. It's their country. They have to decide what it is that they want, what they feel is best for them. We don't, we're not a part of what they are experiencing. So the people that's boots on the ground that's there, what I've heard is that the Ukrainians want the war to end. They want it to end. They're crying out, but they're saying that Zalinsky, they talking about Putin's a dictator. They're saying that Zalinsky is a dictator. He shut down the media. He arrested press. He put the clergy. He put a gag on them. He's doing a lot of things. They're kidnapping people off the street. The people are crying that they want the war to end. So I don't know, because we're not there, and they're not allowing a lot of media to get out like what the people are going through. So it has to be somebody from the citizens from Ukraine. Like, how do they feel about it? It's their decision. It's their war. Do you want to continue fighting this war? Do you think that you can defeat Russia? Do you think that you can defeat Russia? Because it's not our war, it's their war. Do you think you could defeat Russia? You need soldiers, you're running out of bodies, and Putin can get more bodies to fight because he has the support of 1 billion people from China. China is the third world most powerful country, and they support Russia. We're the first, then Russia, then China. So where do they go from there? That's how you escalate it to a World War III. And they will lose more, and not only will they lose more, if other countries get involved, then other countries are going to also lose more. So it's their war.
Don't me you linger confusing President Putin with Zelensky. Zelensky isn't a strong man. Putin is actually a strong leader.
Zelensky is nothing strong about Zelensky.
They said Putin at the meeting is going to be scared looking at the ground at the Trump meeting.
There's nothing scared about. Wasn't he Gestapo or something? Putin is nothing scared about.
Joke.
He ain't no joke. The man is, to my understanding, he's treacherous. He's done a lot of treacherous things inside of his country towards his citizens. So he's nothing to play with. He's not scared of anyone. So fear, I don't think, show me your fear. Yeah, I don't think he fears Zelensky in Ukraine. He feels some type of way about the United States of America because we have a president that he don't know what he might do. Trump is unpredictable. He doesn't know. If it was Biden, he would trample over him because he was weak. Biden was weak. He was a weak president. He wasn't all the way there. And they took advantage of Biden. Everybody, at the end of the day, we saw who was actually running our country. That's no denying. So who knows? But as far as Putin, you know, you got to watch him. He is nothing to play with. Everyone knows that. For the cards, everyone knows Putin is nothing to play with. By far. So we have to watch what's going on. But either you want the war to end or you don't. Okay. You know, I even know, Trump has landed. Okay, his plane came in first. I wouldn't trust him myself. So Trump came in first, so he's gonna, I'm quite sure that Putin has to be behind Trump coming in. So he arrived first. And President Putin did do a layover. He made a stop. So I'm quite sure that he's not that far away, because I'm quite sure he's not gonna be that far behind President Trump. And they do have a set meeting time, so it'll take place at 3:30. But to my understanding, they're going to have lunch first prior to the meeting. So that's always a good sign. You always want to break bread before a meeting, you know, and then get down to business. Because, you know, when people discussing world peace hungry, that can make you angry. It makes me angry when I'm hungry. You want to talk. I'm like, I got to eat something first. So we're waiting for Trump to come out. He's probably going to speak first when he comes out.
Liz Houston. And now President Trump repeatedly promised to preserve and protect Social Security for every eligible American and has unquestionably delivered on this Social Security promise as it's celebrating its 90th anniversary of existence to improve the customer service, the technology apparatus, and efficiency, something that's been on the mind of many Americans for quicker access and greater value to being the beneficiaries of its services. Now, this includes President Trump making good on his no tax on Social Security campaign promise. Thanks to the One Big Beautiful Bill, now the law of the land, the vast majority of seniors receiving Social Security will no longer pay taxes on that income. President Trump has transformed customer service around the Social Security apparatus. This agency is handling 70% more calls than last year while lowering the average speed of answer by 80%, from 30 minutes to just 6 minutes. And isn't that irritating when you're looking at any service, especially when it's something regarding your benefits or even medical and you have to sit there on the phone and wait and wait? It could be a real pain. As we break down all of those facts, let's take a live look here now and go into Air Force One to see President Trump, who we are anticipating to exit the plane in just a moment.
President Donald J. Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin has officially arrived in Anchorage, Alaska for what could be one of the most significant diplomatic meetings in recent history. As tensions ease and global eyes turn to the north, this summit makes a critical moment in U.S.-Russia relations. Will be there step towards lasting peace or just another political performance? Watch for full coverage of their arrival, key moments, expert analysis of what this meeting means for future global diplomacy.
Everybody's here. How's Alaska? Get some hikes in? No, not at all. Not too tall?
Oh yeah, thanks. Hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like. That really shows support to this channel. We appreciate it. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay, Russia's on its way. That's Putin's plane. Wow, his look a little slicker than ours. This is so historic. We're watching it live, you guys. So we're still waiting for President Trump to exit his plane.
That's a good sign.
Trump is going to exit closer to Putin, making his exit from his plane as well. Don't forget to show your support. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate it. Get these likes up. Yeah, the war.
Hey, hey.
So they might be communicating with Putin's plane. They're waiting for him to land as well.
Yeah, they're not here. We're not going to have a shot of that handshake. Huh? Because they're blocking cars, Russian cars are blocking the shot. Handshake is going to happen at 14. At 17. Is that a deal? All right.
Don't spam. We're waiting for President Trump to exit the plane. You guys say something that people can have a discussion. Don't just spam FDT or 8647. I mean, actually have a conversation. Why you feel the way that you feel. Yeah, but see, when they do that, that's childish and it's not showing that they have a leg to stand on. You have to communicate your stand. There's a lot to say about Trump, but what is your issue? You don't agree with him negotiating with Vladimir Putin? Is that it? Because then I'm going to just have to ban you from the channel. You're not going to continue to just say nothing. Yeah, we're not going to, they're going to have to, we can dismiss you. I'm against the war. Yeah, see, say stuff. What? And you know what? We have your name. We're going to get his channel, Johnny5.
Excuse me?
No weapon formed against us shall prosper, and every tongue that rise up in judgment, take a picture of it, thou shalt condemn. You don't control anything. You don't control your own family, your kids. You probably don't have a wife. I'm talking to you, Johnny5. We're reporting you as well. That goes both ways, just in case you didn't realize. This is called freedom of speech. Trying to harass. See, people think this is how communist countries, they think they can shut people down. This is being aired all over the world. Report the world. That's what you do. Report the whole world. Yeah, I report them. It's gone. Control every content creator. Control the world. News media. Control the world. Because everyone is showing it. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, guys. We shall not be threatened.
We're kind of one of the same thing. I guess. Makes you feel better, I guess. We're up to 6. I'm sure the Mr. President was looking for
lunch and then go and begin their meeting. Lunch and then go and begin their meeting. But we will be back live, and we will be airing what was the result of the meeting, huh?
Streams.
I emphasize again, it is freedom.
26 now. It went black. That's why we lost people.
Is it working now?
Yeah, it's working now.
Okay. Thank you guys. We're back. Thank you. We didn't know. Sometimes it happened and we're steady talking. Yeah, thank you guys for letting us know.
Thanks.
Thank you, Porter Baby. Thank you so much. So we're just wishing the best. We want the war to end. War is never a good thing. So whomever would have brought them together, no matter what president or in the world, at least they are having a meeting. And that's a win-win for Ukraine and Russia, because Russia, they're losing soldiers as well. It hasn't been great for them, and it hasn't been great for Ukraine. So my whole thing is you got to come to the table. When you're a leader, you have to communicate. You're supposed to set an example. Trump, Trump, Trump. So we expect a lot from this meeting, but we never know. Like Trump, he's going to stand on business. It's like, this is not our war. He's trying to mediate. If they can't come to agreement, then they are going to fight it out. That's just a dumb question. If you have no meeting, you have no end to the war. So which one is smarter? Which is smarter? If you have no meeting and no one communicates, how are you going to end the war? You have people that really, I don't understand the mindset. You can't end the war. That's what they did for 3.5 years. And guess what? It's still going on. You have people still talking about, someone has the audacity. Will you have a meeting with Hitler? If you're going to end a war, is that a real question? What not speaking allowed this war to escalate, and it cost thousands, tens and thousands of lives, and they lost more real estate in Ukraine. So if you don't sit down, then what's the other remedy? What are you going to do? Because there's not endless money and there's no endless bodies. So what are you going to do if you don't sit down and have a meeting? And I don't understand why it had taken Trump getting reelected to have these people come together to talk about ending the war or having a ceasefire. And you still have people like, oh, why are they meeting or they shouldn't meet? Nobody else has set up any meetings in 3.5 years. So how long were they supposed to continue down this road? For Russia wanted all of Ukraine, just in case someone on here didn't get the memo. You think he just went into Ukraine to take a strip of land? He went into Ukraine to defeat Ukraine and take all their land. The only thing got in his way was Trump. Because somehow he appears to be the strongest leader in the world. Any real leader or anyone that leads people, a great leader, you look for solutions. You're supposed to look to resolve problems. This is not going to fix itself. Yeah, I believe that. Putin has said he wants all of Ukraine. So if Trump steps back, nobody wants to agree. So he says, Putin said, okay, I'll give this part of land back. I want to keep this. If Zelensky at that point can't negotiate, and he said, we're not giving up anything, the war is going to continue. So they're just going to, Ukrainians and Russia are going to continue to die. That's going to be the result of it. So, and Russia's going to take even more of the land because he said he wanted all of it. But now, what's the point of having land with no life there? Everybody's dead. You held on to a little bit more of your land, but now you have no Ukrainians living there. It's nothing but women and old men. But they send the old men into the war now too. So they're going to have to be some agreements made. And that's life. There's going to be some kind of agreements have to be made. But if you say nothing, then how's the war supposed to end? I don't think you got Putin, dictator. You got Zelensky, they claim he a little dictator. And you got Trump that has nothing to do with the war. He's trying to bring Putin to the table, which nobody else has been able to do. So I give him credit for that. He wants the war to stop. It's not American soldiers that are dying. Those are Russians and Ukrainians. It's not our war. Let's be clear. It's not our war. And we're trying to bring them to the table. And this way he can talk one-on-one, and he's going to twist, he's going to, turn the knife a little bit on Putin and say, look, if you don't do certain things, this is what the United States is going to do. This is what we're going to do. And then he's going to take Zelensky, look, I got Putin to agree on this, and this is more than you would ever have gotten without me. Trump was without me. So if you don't agree to this, because he's not going to give up anymore. He's not going to go to a war, lose all these soldiers, be in this fight, and Putin doesn't gain anything. That is not going to happen. And we're fooling ourselves if you believe that. That's not going to happen. They're not going to take a big L like that. Putin's not going to take that. They're going to get something out of it. And if Zelensky doesn't agree, then it's just going to continue, because Zelensky is saying he doesn't want to give up anything. That's not going to work. And that's why he can't be at the big boys' table, because he's a little chihuahua, and he's not diplomatic, and he doesn't know how to talk to world leaders. He certainly don't know how to be in the room with the two most powerful men in the world. So he would just be in the way, saying with his arms folded, talking about what he's not going to do and what their Constitution says. But guess what? You hold on to that Constitution, and you think that you calling the shots, and United States step back, and you on your own. So there has to be some agreements made. And Putin's he's going to have to concede the stuff that he doesn't want to, and so is Zelensky. But both of them have to leave with something. That's a fact. And that's why I'm saying that Putin's not going to do this and doesn't leave with anything. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So they're going to have to talk to Zelensky, and hopefully they can talk to Ukrainians. You don't even hear from them. The media is kind of shut down, and Zelensky gets that on lockdown. But he's going to have to agree. The EU is going to have to agree on something, because if you don't, and other countries get involved, that's how that little strip of land becomes everybody being bombed. Now, everywhere is bombed, and now hundreds of thousands of people are dying. So we have to be smart about this. It only take that one incident, that small strip of land, to cause a World War III. And Zelensky, he just want to be president. He just want to be in power still. You got to think about your people. And World War III going on, and they just want power and money, while the world now is blowing up over a small strip of land, because they wouldn't agree even at this point. I can't see that happening. Even at this point, while Ukraine has the majority of land, Putin's going to have to give some back, but he's not going to give all of it back. And then you could say the lives of the rest of your people, because I don't know how many young people you have left, and y'all can build from there. And it's going to have to be made, deals have to be made, but they're going to have an agreement at the end of the day. You have to have an agreement. You have to have an agreement. Like we just showed, like Putin playing, like Trump is waiting for Putin. He's not going to exit until Putin plane lands. And the two world leaders are going to come out and they're going to shake hands and they're going to meet together. But like when you're a negotiator and you're a mediator, you know, you don't have any skin in the game. This is not our war, but we're trying to end the war because it's an endless war. If they continue this way, they both are just going to continue to lose. I don't think anybody's winning when there's loss of life at the rate that people are dying. So the land is not as important as the lives that are being lost. You can't get life back, but you can, get some of that land back. You can't replace life. And if they don't agree, it's going to continue. So you got to weigh your options. Do you want the war to continue? Because if Trump can't negotiate this, it's going to continue. And that's the bottom line. So it looked like Putin plane has landed. This is like, wow. So this is historic. You have the Russian president on American soil, which once was owned by Russia, Alaska. And the two world leaders are coming together. But I think that this was the only way that this meeting would have ever happened.
Putin to take advantage of. There's clear case for that to be made. President Trump had won, as he should have, in 2020, and we know what happened in 2020. This would have never happened in the first place. So we'll see what agreements come to the table right now. There will be a lot of discussions to take place in all of this as the red carpet is rolled out. Alaska 2025. It almost looks as if it's an Olympic pre-trial to 2028 or even the Winter Games that will be next year in Italy. But it is the big peace brokering that could potentially happen in moments from now. So stay with us here at close to 3 o'clock.
Yeah, so we are most definitely going to be showing after they meet, and the world's going to find out what agreements or have been made that Trump can take back to President Zelensky in the EU and see, what they will agree to and what they won't, because Trump said the next meeting, this is just the first meeting. The next meeting, I guess they will look for him to be included, but he can't have a hot head. He's going to have to pretend to be a president and think about his people and realize that, some deals have to be made.
Zelensky isn't part of this meeting because he's immature. He has almost an attitude. He's too argumentative.
And emotional.
He's very emotional. He's not someone you could even consider a world leader just because his panties always get in a bunch. Zelensky is good that he's not a part of this meeting. Maybe later, but this one is better for just Trump to meet with Putin. But Trump is still going to be speaking with Zelensky. I think he spoke to him actually before this meeting, right before.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so Zelensky's still a part of it, but He's at the little kids table right now.
Yeah, he told them some of the things that he wanted. I'm quite sure of that.
Yeah. Probably on there yapping and angry. He probably.
But he has to put his people first.
Yeah.
And you gotta understand that Vladimir Putin didn't fight this war to lose it and to give up everything that he has won. He is not going to do that. There's going to have to be an agreement. They both are going to have to give some and lose some.
Jack just said none of these talking points work. If he's looking for peace for both of them, they both need to be there, period. It's Zelensky's country.
Yeah, then why didn't Zelensky set up the meeting? Why didn't Zelensky in 3.5 years communicate with Vladimir Putin? How come no one has tried to stop this war, including him? You think that Zelensky is a big boy, right? Yeah, he was a comedian, an actor. It's like, first of all, Putin is a man's man. He has to respect him. And there's no respect for Zelensky. They see him for what he is. He's an actor. And he even played acting as a president. And now he's doing it in real time in real life. You have to put your people first and what's best for your people.
See, that's why that Zelensky always says the bum you look, because people like Jack fall for it.
Yeah, it's his country. Then why let him set up the meeting? Trump, stand down. Let him handle it.
I think he needs to hand the land over instead of people dying, Jack. People are dying because of this war. They could come to an agreement.
At this point, no one is winning. It's an endless war. They don't even have more people to die unless people are going to go and volunteer. That unless they're going to go over there and volunteer to fight for Zelensky, you can go ahead. He need more bodies. And if you really believe in the cause, you have to go. You can go over there and give your life for his country. But I'm a realist. If you don't sit down and communicate, there's no end to this war. You have to know which each president wants. And then you go from there. But talking is not talking is not the answer. It will never end if they don't talk about what they want. You have to communicate. You can tell people never been in leadership because I never see anybody even run a company that you don't have your leadership, telling you what they expect of their workers or whatever. Somebody has to talk. Hey, Kevin. When our members are on, God bless you. God bless you. Haven't seen you for a while. We want to give a shout out to all our members of Speak the Truth 2.0. You guys think about joining our membership. We do have a product that we're going to show. It's a 3D phone case that we think you'll be interested in. But we want to say hi to Karen Leah Holland, Kay Cooper, Jeremy Stick, Chef Chevy TV, Debbie P, Kevin Law, and Debbie Gossi. Those are Speak the Truth 2.0 members. Woo-hoo! Yeah, we're trying to say something special for you guys because we already go live and working on some emojis for you guys. And just to look to bring one of our new members on so they can join in on the conversation. So it's, we love the support and we're new. We're still learning, you guys. But thank you for those who are supporting us. And yeah, they're setting up for Putin to exit his plane. So Trump plane landed like 30 minutes ago, but he was waiting for Putin plane to land. So I guess both leaders are going to exit their planes at the same time, and they're going to meet. They do look like they have a red carpet, and they have some sort of podium set up. And they probably, we don't know yet, are going to speak to the media that's out there prior to them having their lunch, and then they're going to have they're set to have a 4-hour meeting discussing, how they can end this war. Now, Trump did speak to Zelensky. He did talk to him, and I'm quite sure that he told him some of the things that he does want him to speak to Putin about. But this is something that they have not accomplished on their own, so they need to be thanking Trump, because 3.5 years nobody was doing anything. They were just allowing everybody to battle it out, and now they're running out of money, and they most definitely have already run out of bodies. Hey, Chevy. Oh, Chevy's on here too. Hey, you guys. Yeah, we already just gave a shout out to our members. Thank you, Oz, and you guys, our moderators. You guys, thank you for joining us. We do appreciate it. So both of the leaders, they're going to be leaving out together. And you guys, we might show it to check out our new product that we have. It's a phone case, 3D phone cases with some of your political favorites on it. And it's amazing. I don't think anyone else has anything like this. So, we're going to start up our store. But we appreciate everyone on here and everyone who's been supporting us. But come back tonight. That's when we're going to find out the result. That's going to be the big deal. Like right now, it's the arrival, and this is historic. So that's why we decided to come on. It's not as interesting, I guess, as other live streams, but this is historic. To have President Putin and President Trump meeting on United States soil, these two leaders. So this is historic, and we're being a part of history right now, watching them come together. So hopefully that Trump will be able to do what Trump does and can make a difference. Thank you so much. Wow. Yeah, hopefully, we want the best, and that's what people have to realize. At the end of the day, name calling, saying what you don't want, that does not settle conflicts. You have to be able to put it on the table, what it is that you want, and you have to be able to negotiate with a cool head. You have to be diplomatic, especially something like that could escalate into a World War III. And this is the truth. It literally can escalate. So we have to really watch this closely, that it doesn't become like thousands of people. Trump said that Ukraine, I think they lost 7,000 soldiers or whatever in a week. That's a lot of lives. And they're asking for 60-year-olds and older to come and fight their war. So that says a lot about that they're running out of bodies and money. And this is an endless war. So it's come to the point that agreement needs to be made, at the very least, a ceasefire, and take it from there. Because I think both are going to be unhappy. Putin's going to be unhappy with the results, and Zelensky's going to be unhappy. But Zelensky's saying, we're not giving up anything, but you're going to have to. You're going to have to give up something. And Putin's going to have to give back. So, and if that doesn't happen, then it will continue until the last man standing. So we should really support what President Trump is doing, because this is not our war. He could just continue like the former president did, just continue to allow them just to fight until the last man standing. Then there's no people to live on the land. Now you have the land, but you don't have any young people left. All your young men are dying in your war. What, you're going to have a bunch of women and older women and older men, but all your young men are dead? People have to be realistic. This cannot continue too much longer without more death and more loss of land. Because Putin's objective was, Trump is coming out, his objective was to take all of the land. He wanted all of it, not some of it. Trump is walking out first. And he's probably going to meet Putin at the red carpet. And Putin is exiting. It's a double screen, you guys. He's walking down the steps. He's rushing down the steps. Trying to catch up with Trump, pretty much. There he is. There go Putin. All right. He stepped foot on United States soil. And I'm quite sure both men are going to meet here at the red carpet. Trump walks like a boss. You got to give him that. Trump is tough. Boy, if he was a mafia boss, he could have, if he was an actor, he could play that part. So now he's waiting. This is amazing. There he is. Trump, Trump, Trump. He is a mafia boss. Oh, he's happy. He's clapping. All right. That's a good start. Putin, he's smiling. Here he is, you guys. There it is, the handshake. Okay. We're making progress. He's the GOAT. Oh, that's beautiful. We got to get that. We're going to change our thumbnail to this picture. Elijah. Oh, beautiful. God bless America. Land that I love. USA. USA. This is so historic, you guys. USA. Here we go. Oh, I hope they speak to. Yeah, we're going to change the thumbnail to this because this is 2025. This is so cool. All right, two world leaders, the two most powerful men in the world. That's who they are. Here we go. Here we go. Woo-hoo! We got to change the thumbnail. USA. USA. Come on, Trump. Bring it home. Go, Trump. Let's go. They're getting into the car now. They're going to go have lunch. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe. They talking about two of my favorite gangsters. They are. They look like gangsters. That's sad though. They could do a movie. They both could play in a mafia movie. These are big dogs. These are the big dogs. These are the world. These are the world big dogs. The first and second most powerful men in the world. Let's go, Trump. Well, it looked like they had a good meeting. You know, you guys, it looks like, thank you, Kevin, for asking people to like, subscribe, and share. We appreciate that. That was a great reading. I just hope, you know, it's a different ball game when those doors close and then they got to get down to business. But at least that was a good start. Wow. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I see you, Kevin. Trump, let's go. We got to meet. We're not going to end a war without meeting. It's not going to happen. We saw what they did the last 3.5 years. No talks, no end to this war. They didn't even try to talk. They're going to beast. There they go. Oh, wow, that's a good picture of them. Oh, that's great. That is really great. This is so phenomenal. You imagine all what they had to clear out for this meeting? Wow. You got the two most powerful men in the world. They got so much security there, it's probably not even funny. Look, they got snipers, they got people everywhere. They gotta, I mean, you gotta keep both of those two men right there. You imagine the entourage. It is I'm telling y'all, I like that President Trump is like a boss. I don't care. I like that gangster. I mean, he just walked down there. I mean, he just walked with swag. And Putin, he too. I mean, those are the two most powerful. But that was like such a great greeting, that it wasn't like, okay, I'm not here to make any concessions no matter what you say. I'm not going to agree upon anything. It looked like that was at least an open door that they can. The whole thing about this meeting is to test the temperature, see where Putin is at. That's the whole point of this. And then bring the Chihuahua to the meeting because he's not diplomatic. He would be so stubborn that they would not be able to accomplish anything because he think he has a dog in the game that he can going to tell these two world leaders what to do. But Trump is going to do what he can do as Trump, he's going to do all he can to look out for Ukraine. He's going to look out for them. But both countries are going to give up something. And Zelensky's already saying he's not giving up anything. That's not going to work. Because he's already saying that the war, he don't want the war to end. Because if you're not going to make any concessions, there's no resolution, and you think things are going to go back to the same, they're not. Putin and Russia, all that they lost, they're going to get back some of the land, but they're not going to give everything back. That's not going to happen. Because they had lives lost too for this war, so they're not going to give back everything. So there's going to have to be some kind of agreement. Trump is the one that can bring them to the table, and then when they both come, they can take it from there. Because if not, they're going to continue to battle it out. People are going to continue to die. Ukraine's going to be left with no citizens, just the president still barking, and Russia's going to be left with their soldiers are down in numbers, but they have the backing of China, and China has 1 billion people. And that's my only concern, that the third world power is supporting Russia. That's my only concern. Chevy, did you know Chevy's on?
Oh,
Ozzy's on.
What's up,
Chevy,
What's up,
Ozzy, Indoor.
What's up, Indoor?
Yeah, they're on.
Jack.
And Kevin, that's our member.
Jack.
Kevin. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you. Jack should be a member too.
Well, we wait for him to come over to our side. It's all right, Jack. You keep us going. So we appreciate everyone. But we're excited. But you guys, we're not going to stay on here too much longer. Come back. Don't forget. Oh, you want to show them the product? Put it on. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe. And think about becoming a member. Speak the Truth 2.0. Yes, we're growing. We're getting together. Our whole thing is, I think they said we need 8 to be able to get some other kind of badges or whatever for our members. But we're working on special things. You're going to show it on the laptop?
You want to show it? Because you kind of explain it better.
What are you talking about? I thought that you was going to show it on the website and we could put it on the TV.
Oh, you want?
That's how I thought. Yeah, so they could just see it on the television. I don't.
First.
Okay, I'll cut this on. You standing. Go. That's what I was doing, but you're walking over there.
All right, guys, we got a great product. You know, I myself, I'm a businessman. You know, I've been working online, but it's not for business. It's for making a statement. We have a great product that's about politics, about the Republican Party and the Democrats that we originally came up with. This is a brand new idea, something you probably never seen before, and I think you guys will really like it. I'm about to show you.
Well, you will have to connect it over here. Yeah, Elijah, this is Elijah. Then this is his brainchild and that he came up with. And he should have just had that already, but you know how it goes. This is live. You know, a lot of people don't know how to do lives, but you know, I'm a talker, so I don't have a problem with it. Hi. Oh, the Mr. Buki, he just joined. How you doing? Yeah, so I don't know how you guys, do you think that this meeting is going to be a success, or do you think that it's going to be a failure? You know, do you think that it's good that Trump is meeting with Putin, or would you have rather for the war to continue? I don't want it up there like that. Okay, just plug it in because it's moving that.
It has to be up there like that.
No, but we can make it better. It doesn't have to. So I don't know how you guys feel about it. Do you think that it's good for Trump? Yeah, you can put it more in the end. Do you think it's good for Trump to partake in this, or should he just continue to allow them to battle it out? Because you have some people, they're upset that Trump is actually trying. You ready?
Yeah.
Are you going to connect it?
It's already connected.
So it's on the screen?
Yeah, you gotta change the channel.
Okay. Do you think that Trump is doing the right thing by trying to mediate, or do you think that he should have continued? Some people act like that he should continue to allow them to battle it out. I don't know. "100% he should get involved. Trump is going to make a deal." Okay, y'all have a lot of faith in him. Trump is doing the right thing. MAGA. Okay, so anyway, this is something that Elijah came up with. It's a phone case. It fits all size phones, iPhones, or whatever. You can get it in any color. And what it has is like it's 3D picture phone case. And he took some of the iconic Trump moments, like him holding the flag, him, you know, the assassination attempt, and him raising his fist. So this one, I don't know if they could see it like this.
See that?
See, right here.
Gotta go like that to change it.
I don't know if they can see it. He's holding the flag there. That's him, his iconic mug shot. And I don't know if it's like, oh yeah.
You can see it. And yeah, that's our Republican one we just launched. And we have another one that's for the Democrats watching.
That's for Jack Jack.
Yeah,
that's for you, Jack Jack.
That's for Jack Jack.
Kamala, Biden, and Obama.
It's really an awesome product, you know.
So it fits all phone cases.
Well, iPhone right now.
iPhones right now. You have to have an iPhone. All
All iPhones.
And this actually is showing, it's on Speak the Truth 2.0, but you have to put in Speak the Truth 2. You have to spell out the word .o.com. That's the website, and I think he put it inside the description.
Yeah, it's pinned. So you just check our pinned comment, and you can get the website name.
So
But
this
that's on the website.
This is on the website. These are some of the cases that he just had designed, and you can see we're moving to just show you that they're iconic moments. That's like for the Democrats, Obama, Kamala, and Biden. We want to do Biden with a mega hat on and eating ice cream. We're going to do another one with a Biden, a funny one.
Something I got to explain to them too, like this. So looking at this, you probably don't really know what this is. This isn't a video. It's not a video being played on the case. This is actually one picture being shifted to 3 different pictures. So it's like just a regular phone case, but it looks like it's a video. It's like a GIF in real life is what I call it. So it's really awesome. Like I got one on my phone. It's of one of my favorite artists. But yeah, it's really an interesting product that, you know, I came up with and designed. This is 100% original and designed by me and my mom. But we're gonna come out with more.
Yeah,
ones
like,
for,
because people like their pets, put their favorite pets
yeah, the
on, their
pets,
sports, like say do Jordan with the tongue out, the iconic jump and stuff
Yeah.
like that, do Kobe. We're gonna do different cases, but this is our ones. Well, we're gonna do more of the the political ones, because that's what we do on Speak the Truth 2.0. But yeah, this is Elijah. This is something that he thought of, that he wanted to do, and I thought it was great, to do, because there's so many patriots, whatever, and they love their base. Like we love our base, like Trump. Like the mugshot is awesome, and with holding the flag, and then when he was assassination attempt, he came up with his fists up. That's on the Trump case. The other case is the Democrats, their recent leaders like President Obama, former President Obama, former President Biden, and former Vice President Kamala Harris. So that's for both parties, because we're not biased. Yeah, so just go on the website on Speak the Truth 2.0.com, and you have to spell the word point out, because with .com we couldn't do 2.0. We had to do the number 2. You can see the website. That's how it's spelled out. The number 2. Speak the Truth, the number 2. Then you have to spell out .com. So that's what he came up with, and he's very proud of what he's done. He wouldn't even tell me about it, and he wanted to surprise me. This is something that Elijah was working on, and I thought it was incredible. And he wants to do like I said, like sports and pets and stuff like that. People like to have their pets on them, but do 3D with different pictures and stuff like that. So this is like his concept, and no one else has this. I can say that. No one else has it. And this is something that he's doing. Elijah at 16 was doing affiliate marketing. And at 16, he was making over, he started his first year, he made over $100,000. He was making $1,000 a day. And then I think he went up to $200,000 a day. So he got hacked, and then he got discouraged, and he kind of stopped. So he's pretty brilliant. He has done a lot, and he's making a lot of money. I thought we was going to be millionaires. I'm like, oh my God. But, like a teenager, he lost interest. So anyway, but I think it's incredible, and I'm just here to support him. Just want to support him, that's all. And I'm quite sure he's going to do more credible things. Like I said, at 16, he was making $200,000 a year. That's what he was making in high school. And he started making that because he wanted a new PlayStation. Because he wanted a new PlayStation, because he was on like his third one, and someone had broken it. And we wasn't buying another one. So he's like, I'm going to make my own money. And he got into affiliate marketing. And this is what, and he was like a top seller in it, and he's really good at what he does. So this is his launch. You guys the first to see his launch. So anyway, go to the website, support him. This is for him, and encourage him. And he's in college, and help him with his school and all of that. So, but he's going to come out with more different designs, and you guys can give suggestions, like what would you like to see, what you think people would be interested in. As far as features, I know sports is always a thing. Your favorite sports team, your favorite sports players. People always love that. People love their pets. So it's different things. But, our channel is more has to do this one, like with politics and all that. So, our launch is, of course, and we know people own pets and they watch sports, because we're going to the game. We're going to be going to games, but
and I think,
football games and
yeah.
And supporting our favorite players as well, because if you don't know it, I love college football and the NFL. Used to be basketball, but now it's college football and NFL. So
yeah, and something else, like besides politics, I think it would be great for people, because they can like capture their memories. So like,
they said trademark it. You got to trademark it.
Yeah, that's a great great idea. And Kevin, thank you, man. But I think people will love it, of like their memories they've had in life. So like a graduation, a wedding, milestone. Just
Oh, do one with Nancy Pelosi looking drunk. Yeah, we could maybe put her on Biden's. I don't know, but Biden, we got to get the mega hat with
See,
Biden
I told
and
my
him
mom-
and the ice cream cone. How
I told my mom I wanted to make an AOC one, but and Bernie and stuff and Jasmine, but
Well, they might want that. I don't know,
Yeah.
but they said, yeah, Nancy Pelosi drunk.
yeah.
So, like, we're gonna come up with someone, do one with Joe Biden. Oh, the stairs. Yeah, so it's gonna be the mega hat, him falling with the stairs and eating the ice cream cone. That's gonna be the one we're gonna do next with Biden.
Yeah.
But you got to get him with the mega hat on. Got it. But I think Biden actually voted for Trump, to be honest, him and his wife. So, and they definitely wore red that day to vote. On November the 5th of 2024, they were wearing red. So I think that was sending a signal out to everyone. But anyway, you guys, we're gonna jump off of here. I'm gonna get something to eat. Gotta go to the gym. And we're going to be back because we're going to come back for the result of the meeting. I know it's going to be a lot. That's going to be a big press conference. It's going to be, hopefully our moderators and you guys will be back because we're going to need you on here. I know it's Friday. People are busy, but this is historic. And we got to see Trump if he could work his magic. And I hope that what he accomplished is not, that Zelensky does not, I'm trying to find the words, that he doesn't try to destroy what Trump accomplishes at this meeting. I just hope that he's not so closed-minded that he's unwilling to make any type of agreement. And that means if he does that to me, he doesn't want the war to end. So I hope that Trump, he knows already where Zelensky stands at. He's already talked to him, he's spoken to him. And, he's going to do the best he can. If he can't do it, then it's going to continue. So anyway, you guys, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, everyone that supported us and, have given us a like. That shows support as well. We thank everyone, especially our people that keep coming back. And we see Jack. I don't know why he in the mirror, but anyway.
Yeah. And something else,
Go ahead. And hi, Kevin.
Yeah. This channel, we're not really it's not a channel that we're doing this to make money or we're making a lot of money for it.
We're making nothing.
Yeah, we're making nothing from this channel.
Because we do lives.
So this business website that I have will really support our channel and help us make better content for you guys and keep America first, so
yeah, God bless you guys. That was well said. Thank you. He can do it again. Like I said, Elijah, don't let that fool you. He's really accomplished a lot, but he's in school. They're going to go back real soon. And he's doing well. All my kids are, but,
I got a lot of competition.
Yeah, they are extremely successful. So that's the truth. But anyway, you guys, take care. God bless and join us. I got it set for 6:30. I believe the meeting will be over at that time. But I don't want to come on too early because then it's like a lot of lag time waiting for them to talk. So I kind of like to come on live because it's all going to be live when they're actually ready to speak to the media. So right now I have it set for 6:30 p.m.,
Another one that would be funny would be Kamala looking drunk.
Yeah, Kamala, she got a lot of drunk pictures we could do too. So anyway, you guys, God bless. Thank you. Enjoy your day, and we'll see you a little later. Thanks, you guys.